All right, so this also represents the emerald tablets of Thoth, all knowledge. And fire represents spirit. And see, the people that control the world, it's all pretense. It's all fakery. But they are controlling the elements that govern the universe and the science of the universe, which is based on magnetism and your thoughts. Your actual thoughts. Now, melanated people are the source of creation. So imagine if they only knew that. Their thoughts, their words have ultimate power. That is why they always have a black person in the highest level of government on every level. In science level, they have, what's that guy's name? Neil deGrasse. So that means as long as he's cooperating with the lies, he is actually solidifying the fakery and the keeping the matrix going, because he, as the energy of a god, his word stands. His word is putting a seal of approval on the illusionary world that we are all slaves and exploited under. The staff that she's holding actually represents the pineal gland. That let's see if I can catch it. That staff, if you made a copper wand, it is an extension of your electromagnetic field. So a wand is like an antenna for your own energy and your intention. It has to be both. It's not just an action. It has to be your thoughts matching up with the action. So as you see, Toto went behind the curtain. And let's see what's going to happen. There you go. The wizard controlling everything like puppet work. And that's what they're doing. They are just using the laws of the universe, the real science of the universe, and they have a brick wall of religion so that you will never know that you actually hold the power by your thoughts and by the knowledge of ancient deities that represent the energies of every natural thing on this earth plane, as well as the energies that are vibrating to make this dense matter that we think is solid. So I'm going to end the decoding now. I just, I gave you the, I told you everything. This represents the elite, Behind the scenes, they're doing rituals. Rituals are only acting out what you want to happen in the real world. Using objects, using symbolism, and using equivalent energies. And an equivalent in energy, you learned this in kindergarten. Numbers, shapes, letters, shapes, colors. Those are the different forms of energy that you can manipulate physically as a physical object and use it. So, and there's duality on all of that, right? There's duality on all of that because red can be love or red can be anger. But it identifies equally as passion. Which side of the passion? Low vibration or high vibration? Green represents growth. Green is also representing money. How are you using money? To exploit people or to produce growth? I'm not going to say more examples. I just gave out those two. That ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmett. And I think now you would get further comments of... I think I finished because what I was doing is making video so that my words go on top of the video. So that is the true decoding of the Wizard of Oz that I never even thought about until now, and it's because of somebody else's video trying to decode the Wizard of Oz, but there's a lot more deeper depthness to it. Okay, when I was researching Kanye, I happened to come across this, and it reminded me of the Wizard of Oz, right? So again, my decoding, based on the knowledge from the ancestors, which is just my normal thinking, is that the Tin Man is representing alchemy. And alchemy is just transforming one energy into another energy. That's point one. And point two, it is the creation of material matter based on elements. So in order to get tin, I don't know the chemical makeup for it, but there's more than one chemical. Kim is black, actually. Chemical. Kim means black. So what they're doing is symbolizing alchemy through the persona of the Tin Man, and they had Kanye under mind control to dress up like the Tin Man to represent alchemy. And all of that is from the ancestors telling me. So in the show, in the Wizard of Oz though, they're doing a double play. Okay, they're using a double meaning. As I've said before, they will make good, bad, bad, good, black, white, white, black. The black person be the good person, but then be the bad man. The white person be the good person, but representing a black person. So in this, and then you will have the black person actually representing the melanin power that he really is. However, in this scenario, it is for mockery. So that is the decoding related to the Tin Man. In the story, the undercover occult message that they are laughing their asses off about is that the black man represents the fabric of creation through melanin in different forms. He is the human form. And all elements of nature are microscopically, cosmically, and spiritually in his DNA. But what they're showing you in the movie represents a heartless person, which is the hybrid beast. The Tin Man in the movie doesn't have a heart. You don't have a heart is translating to not having a soul and not caring and being an empty shell. So they're superimposing two meanings on top of one character. The alchemy of the black man manifesting material matter as tin. Steel also. Steel, any work of iron or so-called metal is a composite of elements. I'm not a stonesmith, or what do you call it? A blacksmith, which is an alchemist. They know which elements to put together, the iron, the steel, the carbon, the copper. They mix it all together. Okay, and then you can create some kind of metal substance. For glass, you have sand, and then you have something else. I don't even know what it is. But glass is made of sand. So you get the point? That is all I have to say about the Tin Man, and I recorded this so that you can see the evidence directly of what I'm talking about. I have seen this before in research. There are 4 goddesses that surround King Tut's tomb. They're probably never going to tell you who those goddesses are, and I'm very sure they're goddesses of destruction. But when I was listening to the story and decoding the Wizard of Oz, I knew that they're basing the witches on the 4 deities, the 4 cardinal deities. And cardinal is referring to north, south, east, west, the directions. But I cannot find, I tried to type in the 4 cardinal Egyptian deities for north, south, east, west, and I came up with nothing. They're not going to show that to you. However, it kind of makes sense that it could be these deities that surround King Tut's tomb. Unfortunately, it's in Pinterest, which I really hate, because you have to join it in order to use it. And also, you can't just look up a picture. And I don't think it works very well, because you're always looking at somebody else's pages. I just want to know the source of this picture. But what happens in Pinterest, you're directed to the website and you still don't know the source of the fucking picture. So all you're doing is going in circles, looking at other people's picture and never knowing the source of where they got the picture from. That's why I hate Pinterest. Because everybody has labeled all the same pictures on the net as Pinterest, and then you cannot find the original source. So anyway, the witches in the Wizard of Oz are the 4 deities that govern the hemispheres of north, south, east, and west. That's my point. All right, so although people are programmed and misinformed and don't research anything, the word wizard has been synonymous with something negative. It actually means a wise person. I just typed in the wizard etymology. The etymology of the word wizard. Late Middle English, whatever that means. That means probably the 3rd version of their effery to F up the English language, which is based on Kemetic language, the meta-netter. In the sense, philosopher, sage, from wise, wise-ard. And now I'm looking up the etymology of ARD, and it says a suffix forming nouns that denote persons who regularly engage in an activity or who are characterized in a certain way. Coward, drunkard, wizard.